Hello everyone, this is Landon Jones from Revisor. What I'm going to be covering in this recording today is LaserApp custom forms, why it's important, why it matters, and what firms like us use this system for. So here I am at LaserApp.com. If I were to go up here to this login drop down, click on custom forms. I have an account already, so it's going to try to sign me in. You will not experience that. Okay, so this is the spot where you actually sign up for custom forms through LaserApp. Now, what this really is, think about it from this perspective. If we're going to send out Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, whomever our custodian is, we've got forms to get signed by clients electronically through DocuSign, for example, which is typically what we'd be using. So all of those custodial forms are typically available to be electronically signed. And what a lot of advisors will do is one of two things. They will either send an envelope with the custodial forms attached for the client to sign, and then create a second envelope with their RIA forms, the advisory agreement, risk tolerance questionnaire, whatever it is, the internal RIA documents that need to be signed as well. Typically just an investment advisory agreement. But what advisors will typically do there is basically spend a lot of additional time compared to what they could be doing if they use this custom forms functionality. So what custom forms does is LaserApp basically says, hey, submit your RIA documents, whatever they might be. Again, typically just advisory agreements. And when we submit them through custom forms, LaserApp adds them to their custom forms library, which means that you and your firm or anybody else that might happen to ever need your forms for some reason can access them through the custom forms section of LaserApp. So when it comes time to prepare an envelope through DocuSign, whether you're using Schwab's version of DocuSign in LaserApp or TD Ameritrade or whomever, when you get to that point where you're ready to put together all the forms, send out the envelope, you can add your forms to that same envelope. And it's also, the time it takes to get them prepped is significantly reduced because LaserApp is already got, the sections tabbed out that need to be signed or initialed or whatever. So you've got two, main points to reduce the amount of time and make all of this account opening process more efficient. The main thing is not having to produce two separate envelopes that get sent to your client, and then your client then does not have to sign to electronically sign two different sets of envelopes. It also reduces the amount of time it takes to prep your advisory agreement part of the envelope altogether, because it's just a more simplified process when the form is going through this system here. So saving time there. Some advisors will actually get the custodial data or custodial form signed electronically through DocuSign, and then they'll have the client sign paper versions of advisory agreements and other internal forms, which again is another more inefficient way to do it. So just think custom forms, it costs $100, one-time $100 fee to set up an account. And then after that, you pay $20 per page. So let's say that you have if an RIA owner has 5 IARs that they supervise or just themselves, you submit your documents. Let's hypothetically say there's a 5-page investment advisory agreement. You would pay $100 one time to set up your custom forms account, and then you would pay $20 per page times the hypothetical 5-page investment advisory agreement. That would be another $100. So you'd pay $200 total to have your forms in the LaserApp system. And from that point forward, every advisor in the firm can utilize that firm investment advisory agreement and add it to the envelope with the custodial forms. It makes the process significantly less time consuming. We can get an envelope totally ready to go with all needed forms in 4.5 minutes, roughly. And that is a significant decrease. It's roughly half of the time compared to any of the other possible scenarios that you can put together. So that is the why custom forms are important. And that is it for today. This is the first video in a series. We're going to go through how to actually set up your account and those other details in the future videos in this series. Have a good day.